This episode is brought to you by Kavanaugh's Grill, one of my favorite places to eat and drink in any PA. They've got one of the best outdoor patios with 13 TVs and over 20 beers on tap. You can also dine inside at this cozy Irish-style pub where your beer never goes empty. Did I mention how delicious their food is? Their in-house smoked brisket, barbecue ribs, and wings are to die for. So grab your friends and have a drink on me at Kavanaugh's. Mention code STACKS for one free draft beer with purchase of any entree when you dine in. Located at 163 North Main Street in Mountaintop, Kavanaugh's is open at 4 p.m. during the week and 12 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday during football season. Dine in today at Mountaintop's only Irish-style pub. This episode is brought to you by the Pest Rangers. Finding insects in your home can be a real pest. I know I felt that way when I discovered termites living rent-free in my house. But thanks to the team at the Pest Rangers, I'm no longer bugging out over this issue. So if any creepy crawlers are cramping your style, there's no ifs, ands, or bugs about it. You gotta call the Pest Rangers. For more information on how to rid your home from unwanted pests, call the Pest Rangers today at 570-826-1114 or visit them online at thepestrangers.com. This episode is brought to you by Burn, the fitness company behind the Today Show approved Burn Board. If I'm being honest, working out can be a real chore, especially as a new dad in desperate need of sleep and cardio. Burn is founded by NEPA native Jimmy T. Martin, and his Burn Board offers a low-impact core and cardio experience unlike anything I've done before. They have hundreds of on-demand workouts that are great for beginners, seasoned athletes, and out-of-shape podcast hosts who love supporting small businesses. My wife and I use it pretty frequently throughout the week, and it's honestly a great way to burn a ton of calories without burning a ton of cash. Not to mention, it's a great tool for skiers, runners, wrestlers, and hockey players. Jimmy is offering all On the Stacks listeners 15% off when they use the code STACKS15. Visit theburn.com today to get 15% off your purchase with code STACKS15 at checkout. Again, that's theburn, THEBRRN.com to get 15% off your purchase with code STACKS15. It's time to get on board today with Burn.
I didn't give up. And that's the one thing that my one buddy, Jeff, he said the same thing. He's like, you just would not quit. He would see me on my bike and, it was embarrassing. 25-year-old man wearing a suit, riding a bicycle, like a dirty little old bicycle. I just wouldn't quit though. And I think that attests to our success today with Perfect Storm.
Oh yeah, whoa. Look, they can never keep me down, I'm going. And if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up.
Hi, I'm Bill Corcoran Jr. This is the On the Stacks podcast. Today, I'm chatting with Paul Williams, co-owner of Perfect Storm Renovations, Kitchen and Bath. What's up, podcast? It's Bill Corcoran Jr., host of the On the Stacks podcast here in the Blue Door studio, protected by our friends at Ritchie Security Solutions. Paul Williams, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Bill. Happy to be here.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped you're here. First of all, I was a little nervous at first. I thought you were gonna fall asleep. Before, when we started the show, I saw you on PA Live the other day, and you were sleeping as soon as this show started, but we got you awake and you're ready.
Yeah, what's funny about that is my partner and I, Jerome, when we got on the show, we've been busting out of walls and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but I had to come up with something that was a little different, and I made it up on the fly. Rachel went along with it. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Everyone's
like, what is he doing?
My sister... Actually, at first, believe it or not, like when I first saw it, I actually was like, what's he... I honestly did. I'm like, is he like all right? Like, I'm like, I was actually laughing, and I'm like, I don't even think he knows the show started.
No, I was just... My sister texted me. She goes, I thought you died. Like, I thought you were dead on TV.
Yeah, I thought like you were just doing something and like you legitimately didn't know the show started. I'm like, oh man, I feel so bad for him. He doesn't know. And like his business partner's not even nudging him.
No, it was definitely funny. We do a lot of creative marketing like that.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, you guys do. You guys have, that's where I know you from. Mm-hmm. I know you from your commercial, the famous commercial of you rolling out of the cabinet with all the pots and pans and you're like, ah. Yeah. That's how I knew you before today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're known for it now in the area. Obviously Perfect Storm Renovations, we do kitchen and bath renovations. A couple of years ago, we had to come up with something that was a little more creative that would get people's attention other than just being a contractor, Jimmy Jackhammer, the guy, Joey Junction Box, the guy that comes in, the guy that comes, like, picture him, he's the guy smoking a cigarette with the dirty boots and the spackle covered pants. We wanted to do something that was a little different, get people's attention. And that's how we started jumping out of cabinets.
It's crazy. So I mean, you guys have had a lot of recent success, lately, with the company. You grew substantially in a short amount of time. And, we'll talk about all that. You got a lot of real exciting things going on. The new showroom. Yeah. Right. Don't sleep on it.
No.
The new showroom going on. But let's, kind of tell me a little bit about what you were doing before this and what led you, to this part of your life and starting this business with Jerome. Like, take me back a little bit.
So I was a supermodel and I was on the run. I'm just kidding.
Oh, geez. I was like, oh, this is great. Wow.
What a transition.
Like, when I Googled you, man, I didn't see those photos. I'm like, did I miss something here?
No. Well, so first of all, the name Perfect Storm. So Jerome and I, I'll take you back even further.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah. When we were 11 years old, Jerome and I, my business partner, Jerome Sulkoski, we had a haunted house in Jenkins Township, Pittston. And it was a huge success. We did it for 3 years. So we were already businessmen at 11 years old. It was crazy. So I was working for Home Depot at the time. Jerome was installing kitchens at the time. This is a couple years ago. And we were going to do the haunted house. We bought thousands of dollars worth of props. We were getting ready to do the haunted house.
Again, so you're like bringing this back?
Yeah.
Or was this going on since you were 11?
No. So we stopped when we were 14. Like that was it. We never did it. So, obviously 15 years later, we're going to do the haunted house. We're going to go big scale. We're going to get expensive props, get a crazy place to do it at, and just scare the shit out of people.
And you're both working at Home Depot?
No, I was working at Home Depot as sales, and Jerome was doing installs for kitchens and bathrooms. He was doing all kinds of, construction stuff. But we were going to do the haunted house, and we were getting ready for it, and everything was going great. We had all the props. We couldn't find a place to do it. It was going on September, and we couldn't find a property to do the haunted house in. So we were sitting there having a beer, like, man, we bought all this shit for nothing. For nothing. And we have all these ghouls and goblins and stuff. Like, what are we going to do with them? Jerome's like, I don't know. We got to get them out of my garage. We're not keeping it. So I said, well, dude, I've been selling kitchens for the past few years. I'm the best in the Northeast U.S. You install them. If we just got together and did our own kitchen and bath company, it'd be a perfect storm. And that's how we got Perfect Storm Renovations. It was like 2 weeks later, we got the LLC. 2 weeks after that, we were on the road. It was hard starting out. There was no brand. I mean, Perfect Storm now is huge. We are the biggest kitchen and bath company in the area. But back then, there was no Perfect Storm. There was no purple guy. There was no purple logo. It was just Paul. It was me going into people's houses, trying to get us started, trying to sell kitchen renovations, bathroom renovations. So all I had was a little cabinet door. I couldn't even afford because I left my job. It was a great paying job.
I was gonna ask you. So, like, what did you do? Like, what was the timeline? Like, did you started this company and quit your job like kind of at the same time? How much of a gap was in between?
Here's the problem. It had to be instant because I was working for Home Depot and I didn't want to. I could have been a scumbag and took their leads because they were putting me in people's kitchens on a daily basis, trying to sell refacing. And the homeowner's like, well, I just want to get new cabinets. I'm like, well, I own a cabinet company now, so I could do that, but I didn't want to be a scumbag, so I just pulled the chute. And I said, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to tempt myself. So I got out of there. And then, it was pretty quick. And then within like 2 weeks, I was on the road trying to sell our stuff, but I didn't have a pot to piss in. I had no money. So I was borrowing money to drive to homeowners' houses to give quotes. And I remember, those were tough times starting the company.
Like literally no money.
No money. I had no money. So I was borrowing gas money, not to do drugs, not to get a drink. I was borrowing money to drive to people's houses to give quotes because they're like, hey, come out and give me a quote. So I would do that. And I remember just driving and getting pumped up in the car, like listening to songs like, I don't have a choice. Like I have to be successful here. And every house I would go into, and I feel like it was yesterday. I was just like getting pumped up for a wrestling match, because I was a wrestler. So I was like trying to get pumped up and listen to music. And I'm going to Mrs. Jones' house. Like, I'm going to kick this lady's ass. Like, we got to get on the road here and get started. All I want to do is do really good kitchen and bath remodels in Northeast PA. I'm not trying to, hurt anybody or anything, but I was pumped up. And with that motivation, that's what got us started.
You were ready.
I was ready. First year, $1 million.
That's crazy.
First year.
How did you do it?
I was sleeping. I don't know.
That's right.
No. So once we got started, Jerome would install the first few. I was still on the road, and I was wearing dress clothes at the time because I would try to bring a professional image to kitchen and bath remodeling. And I would go into people's houses wearing my dress clothes, trying to sell our products. And then at the end of the day, when I was done running quotes, I'd go help Jerome install. So I'd be wearing dress clothes, smashing tubs and stuff, you know. So it was crazy in the beginning. It was just me and Jerome. And then by May, in the first year, I started racking them on, and a lot of sales started coming through. Then we were getting a lot of pictures of jobs. We used to sell like bath remodels where we would lose money. And I told Jerome it made sense. You know, we have to do this for the pictures. We need the before and afters. We're not going to use stock images. We need our work put on there. So we would just do shit for free just to get the pictures and get the Google review, you know. And then everything started piling on. By May, June, we started hiring crews because we couldn't do it by ourselves anymore. We started hiring a sales team. By the end of the year, like I said, $1 million. Second year, $2.2 million. And this year, you know, it's
a lot more.
Yeah.
On the Stacks will be back in a flash after a word from our sponsor.
When a tractor trailer gets in an accident, you can be assured there's almost always serious injury or unfortunately death. When these tractor trailer accidents happen, you need to get your lawyer involved ASAP. And when it happens, they're at fault. But you need the lawyer who can prove that fault. And that's what we do here at Anselo Law Offices.
And now, back to our chat on the Stacks.
So you started this in 2019.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, we all know what happened a few months after you started the company, right? 2020.
Yeah.
The famous shutdown.
The pandemic.
Yeah.
My angel.
How'd that affect you guys?
It was great. I mean, I don't know what it was. It just, the stars aligned and people were sitting at home. For some reason they had money and they wanted to spend it. They were looking at their old kitchens and their old bathrooms, and they wanted us in their homes, and it was unbelievable. We saw a huge spike in sales. That's what really got us on the road.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then so we were talking about your studio here. It looks great, by the way.
Yeah, I wish I would have known you 2 months ago, man.
Yeah, right.
Busting my ass here every day until like 11 o'clock at night.
I could have came smashing through that wall.
I wish you would have.
But yeah, so we were in a small spot in Wilkes-Barre for 2 years, 1,300 square feet, really small. But we were doing a lot of business. So we were just, I mean, there was no room. We couldn't even fit cabinets. We were crawling under cabinets. It was crazy. It was so small. But we were making it work. We had a small dumpster in the back. Like, we were ripping out people's kitchens. We had nowhere to put the stuff.
Going to the dumpster in the back of your place.
Yeah. And then the same dumpsters, which where we were at, there were bums that were pooping behind the dumpster.
Oh my God. What a shit show.
It was a shit show down there. And, but you know, you got to start somewhere. So we were there for 2 years, and then, we had the opportunity to buy our new building, which we bought last year. And, I mean, it was dilapidated. I mean, it was the concrete was all cracked. The building was sinking. I mean, the crack was so big, it looked like the end of the world, like an earthquake shattered the building, and it was a 6-inch wide hole in the ground that was like 20 feet long. So it was just really bad, not a good use of space. But Jerome and I, we had a vision of what we were going to do in there, and we got right to work. We brought excavators in the building, chopped it all up, and poured new cement, built all new walls, offices, utility rooms, pallet racking. I mean, it's a perfect spot, and it's a nice showroom, and everyone loves it.
Perfect storm.
Perfect storm.
It's a true perfect storm building. That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And congratulations on this one, man.
Yeah, thanks, dude. It's, you know, this is only like I forget. We're only a few episodes into this new studio here. So it's like, you know, the last few months for me have been kind of just like a whirlwind, as I'm sure you know and experience kind of how that goes in the middle of a renovation and a move and growing the business and all that stuff. So it's like, it's an exciting, you know, time.
You're juggling a lot, but I'm happy to be here and be part of it. Like, been on the first few episodes in the new place.
Yeah, man. I'm happy you're here too. I really wish you would have like just, you know, ran right through that wall, but I'll settle for this.
The next place. Yeah.
There you go. Fair enough. The next expansion, you're gonna run through the wall.
It's a deal.
Yeah. One take, right?
Yeah, they call me One Take Williams.
Yeah. Why?
Because I do everything in one take, man. Like they put me on PA Live, and I just I nail it. And when we do the commercials, I mean, if you look online,
So for those people that are listening and watching right now, that everyone's gonna know you. Everyone knows you for your commercials. Like I said, I knew you for your commercials, right? So explain the one take joke, and your commercials.
Yeah. So if you're local here, you know me. I can't go anywhere now without people, oh, come on, bust out of this wall, come out of this cabinet. So our big commercial that airs on television, I come flying out of a cabinet with pots and pans, and I go, do you want your kitchen to go from this to this? And then you have a brand new kitchen behind me. We have hundreds of those videos on YouTube, on Facebook. We launch one almost every week. Every bathroom we go into, every kitchen we go into, we're doing one of those videos. So on the day of the install, the homeowners know we're coming. I go in Monday morning, Jerome gets out the camera. He goes, where are you jumping out of? So I got to find, so is it a cabinet? Is it a pantry? Is it a wall? Because we've done that before. And I'm telling you, if you guys are listening, check out perfectstormrenovationsllc.com. It has all the videos. And, the one I came flying through drywall in a house, in an actual renovation. And I had to do my, hey guys, Paul, Perfect Storm here. Do you want to go from this? I had to get it in one take. So
you can only bust through the wall one time.
Exactly. You can't bust through the wall again. You got to get it right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was, and I didn't know how thick the wall was. There's drywall, there's plaster, there's 2x4s. So I got to come through it. And then when I get out, hopefully I didn't tear my arm off, and then I can do my little spiel. And I got it in one take. And then when the TV producer came to do the commercial, one take, he's like, oh my God, this guy's a pro. I'm like, I do it every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday I'm jumping out of something.
What'd you jump out of today?
Oh, it was this. All right. It was a dirty cabinet. All right. It was nasty in there. It was sticky. I don't know what I put my arm in.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I had to change my pants, but it was nasty. I came out of it, but
was the sticky stuff in the cabinet?
It was
okay.
Yeah. It was in the cabinet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We've run into a lot of crazy stuff on these remodels. I mean, I
bet
there was one house where Jerome starts laughing. My business partner, Jerome, because there was rat shit in the cabinet. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going in there. I don't care about the video on this one. He said, come on, just get in there. He's like, just go in. I'm like, dude, if I cut my arm and I put it in like this, because you're going through nails and screws and stuff. But it's all fun. Everyone loves it, and it gets everyone's attention. So
yeah.
You got to do something creative.
You got to.
Yeah.
I think you guys found the right thing in marketing. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, the marketing. I'll go back 3 years when we started doing this. I told Jerome, we got to do something. We got to get these people attention. That's how we started doing it. And then it just became a ritual, and now it's literally all I'm known for. It sucks. Hey, it's the guy who jumps out of stuff. Whatever.
Yeah. All right, so tell me a little bit about your background. Like, I know you're a wrestler. You were in the military. You've done a lot of other things. Up until this point. So
you did your research, Bill.
I did.
Bill Corcoran. I used to ride the bus with a guy named Bill Corcoran.
Did you?
Yeah. Went to Pittston.
I think we're related.
No, come on.
Yeah.
He had a rat tail?
I think so. I mean, I don't know. We're distant cousins. I think he's like my third cousin or something like that.
Yeah.
We're definitely related. I think it's the same age. We're like basically the same age.
Yeah, 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Jerome, we rode the bus. Me and Jerome have been friends since kindergarten, but we rode a bus with a guy named Billy Corcoran.
Yeah, hell.
I was like, wow,
wasn't
Bill,
me, but
I was like, damn, Bill looks good.
he's changed.
Wow, he's changed from the trailer park days.
Yeah. No, but that wasn't me, but a relative.
Well, I'll just pretend it was you.
All right, yeah, pretend it was me. So tell me about your days growing up.
Yeah. So, I was a wrestler, and I was a combat athlete, but I didn't start that way. I was born. I'm born and raised Northeast PA, but I lived in a trailer park my whole child, all the way up till I was 18 until I joined the military. There's that whole stigma. My dad, he was a jobber. He worked at the same job for 36 years, supporting the family. Did a great job. We all, me and both my sisters joined the military, and I would say we all did, we all do pretty well. But we were born and raised in the trailer park, and no matter what you do, kids are terrible. I go back to first grade, second grade, and everyone called me trailer trash. I'm like, dude, I don't control my income. I don't control where I come from. And it wasn't a bad trailer. It's a nice place. I mean, my parents actually moved that trailer onto a piece of land now, and I'm helping remodel it for them, and it looks fantastic. So
That's awesome.
they can take that trailer trash shit and shove it up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so born and raised in the trailer park. Jerome lived behind the trailer park. He had, he was those rich kids with a house. But we were hanging out. We grew up together. When I was 14, this is after the third haunted house or so. I was 14 years old. I got jumped and got my face crushed. Brass knuckles, the whole nine. Broke my jaw, my cheek, my nose, my orbital, the whole thing. Almost killed me. So I was a little squirt, man. I was like 13, 14.
Why'd they beat you up?
I couldn't tell you, man. I guess I was just a beat upable kid. I don't know. So I was a little squirt back then. I was nothing. And then, so it was after that event that I pretty much dedicated my time and energy to being a badass and wrestling and doing tank judo and fighting, boxing. We used to do backyard boxing. Jerome used to film it. Like it was, so it was just always fighting. And then I joined the military. I was gone 4 years.
Why did you join the military?
Well, it was either join the military or work at Turkey Hill because my family, we didn't have money. So you're not going to college like the rest of the kids. That kind of money doesn't exist. So you got to go join the military. That's why me and my sisters all left. We all went to the Air Force, every one of us. Me, I joined the Air Force. I went into security forces, which is essentially the Air Force's infantry, you could say. But the unit that I was in was a special unit. It was called a CRG, Contingency Response Group. So this is a kind of unit that it's a special unit where all you do is train every day for 4 years and getting ready for the next deployment. And you're on 24-hour notice all the time. You can't travel. You can't go anywhere. You're always within a 2-hour radius of the base. You can't go. Be ready to go. So that was 4 years of my life, was just being ready. One of those experiences where, the earthquake happened in Haiti. If you recall that 2009.
Yep.
And Haiti just gets the shit kicked out of it. Hurricanes and earthquakes and everything. So 2009, the earthquake happened, the big one. And I was first boots on ground. Before Canada, before France, before the Army, before everybody was down there helping. Bill Clinton, Angelina Jolie, John Travolta. Why were you there? They were all there. I was the first boots on ground. We set up a perimeter down there to get food and water to all the folks down there. But it was pretty crazy because once you take away food and water from someone, their house is crushed, their family is displaced. You don't know where they are. Where's my child? Or is it under this rubble? You don't know. So, those kind of situations, and you're in a third world country. It was pretty crazy down there, and they would try jumping the fence. I got shot at when we were doing the perimeter check. So it gets a little crazy. We were there for 30 days, no showers, the same outfit essentially for 30 days. After the 30 days, because it's like 100 degrees down there and it's humid, I could take my pants off and just stand them up. That's how disgusting they were. And all we ate was MREs for 30 days. When I took that first shower, whoa, it was nice.
Best shower of your life.
Yeah, I got caught taking a bottle of water trying to wash myself, but I got in a lot of trouble because they need water and I'm sitting here bathing myself. So can't do that.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, a couple other deployments. It was a good experience. When I was there, I hated it. The whole 4 years, I'm like, I cannot stand it. I was a young kid, impressionable from 18 to 22. I'm just a kid. But I got out. I got my GI Bill, so I got to go to college, which, I was there for about 2 semesters. Didn't work out. It wasn't for me.
Where'd you go?
I went to Wilkes. And yes, I did wrestle in high school, and it was my passion. But what I was really good at, what I was really fucking good at, was running. I don't know what happened after high school because I ran cross country. I know you ran cross country.
Yeah. We ran against each other, and I don't even think we really even knew it.
I guarantee you, we were running together at some point.
And I know because I was always that kid that would always like.
No, you didn't do that to me.
Okay.
Because there was a couple times I slammed kids into trees and stuff.
Yeah.
When we'd go on those back parts of the courses, I'd slam them.
Yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't. I never got slammed. I was usually doing the slamming too.
Really?
Yeah, but not. Yeah, just in the beginning. You had to get out.
Do you still run?
I don't.
Dude, I don't run at all. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because I'm sure you can agree to this statement, but I think I ran so much in high school. I ran my legs off me.
Yeah, dude, college, military, high school. I remember when I was at Wilkes and we were running cross country, there was a point where I was running like 80 miles a week. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I don't even like this anymore. I should have wrestled. But yeah, I ran cross country at Wilkes. I was going to be a teacher, which essentially I am now, because I teach sales seminars. But yeah, I was going to be a teacher, and then it wasn't working, man. I was a young kid. School's not for me. Dropped
college
out.
Thing.
Yeah, college.
Wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me. So I started getting jobs, bouncing around. Had a couple of good jobs. I started to break the glass ceiling a lot of these places. I managed 3 gyms at one point. Like I managed a Planet Fitness, an LA Fitness, and a Retro Fitness. So I was doing that. Managed a car dealership. But no matter what I did, it was like I was hitting the glass ceiling. And when I first got out of college, that's when things, I lost one of my jobs, and I hit some hard times. And at one point, I was riding my bicycle to work because I lost my car. And Jerome can attest to this. He saw it. He saw it firsthand. My buddy Jeff, he would drive by in his 350Z in the middle of the night laughing at me because I was riding. So I worked at the casino as security. Not a good job, and at Guitar Center because I play guitar. I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's the only job I can get. Crazy story about Guitar Center. They wouldn't hire me as sales.
Wow.
They wanted me to work in the warehouse. I'm like,
Their mistake.
big mistake, man. Huge.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was at the casino, which is down in Wilkes-Barre, as you know, and the Guitar Center and music. So I worked all night at the casino. I'd get my bike, unhook it. It was a $10 bike I bought at a yard sale. I rode that bike all the way to music in the morning, which that's like 25 miles. It was crazy. And all the way up that hill. And it was December. I mean, the sweat was coming off of my back. I'd get into Guitar Center, and then I'd work in the warehouse all day, and then ride my bike back down to the casino because I just wouldn't give up. I was like, I had to make some money. You can't just not work, right? So that's what I did. And that's when I found the car dealership, and I started seeing more success. And then after that, I started to do in-home sales with Home Depot, and I was like, wow, I'm really fucking good at this.
Wow, that's crazy, man. You rode your freaking bike.
I didn't give up. And that's the one thing that my one buddy, Jeff, he said the same thing. He's like, you just would not quit. He would see me on my bike, and, it was embarrassing. 25-year-old man wearing a suit, riding a bicycle, like a dirty little old bicycle. I just wouldn't quit, though. And I think that attests to our success today with Perfect Storm.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
That's awesome, dude.
Appreciate it.
That's a cool story, man. Wow, holy smokes. Like, so, all right, so where does that come from? Like, where does that not wanting to give up mentality, where does that come from?
I don't know. I got a demon inside me or something. No, I think it goes back to just being an athlete. With running.
I know, and I'll tell you my story in a second, but go on.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. So with running, it's like anybody can run till they're tired, right? I would run past that and harder just to be better. And I forgot to mention this. So obviously we ran cross country in high school, ran track, but that was only because I ran so much for wrestling, to be in shape for wrestling. I had a crazy gas tank, dude. I could wrestle. I mean, all 3 periods, I wasn't even breathing hard. And the other guys, I'm talking state champs, state place winners, they'd be smoked. And I just kept going. I'd lose because they were way better than me, but I just wouldn't quit. I had a crazy mentality like that. But with the running, I did that with cross country and everything. And I wasn't great, 16, 17-minute 5Ks, which wasn't too bad if, retrospect.
It's pretty good.
I could never do that now.
Yeah, no, me neither.
But I joined the Air Force shortly there, right after. I graduated 6 days later. I was gone for basic training. So you're in basic training, and you have all these men on the track. They can't track your time, but they need to know if you can run 1.5 miles in a certain amount of time. There's you have to run it in 14 minutes or something. Garbage, easy.
Yeah.
So they put a chip on you. The chips from the races. I'm in BMT, basic training, and everyone's yelling at me all the time. I'm in a stressful situation, and we did the 1.5 miles, the first one. I broke the Air Force record in the 1.5 miles.
No way.
7:12. Yep.
That's awesome.
So now when I crossed that finish line, I was gassed because I really did, and I had to run around all these slow pokes, and they're like, "You're not done. You have 2 more laps." I'm like, "No, I'm done." And these are get your ass back on there. You're not done yet. I'm like, all right, whatever. But it wasn't until they had the chip and it said 712. So they put my name up in basic training up in the dining hall, whatever it was. You can't even look up anyway. You have to look at your tray. But my name was up on there for I don't know how long until someone else beat it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So my peak was where it was basic training.
Yeah.
Wow. No one's going to know.
So what's the athlete thing in you that really,
I think that's what it is. It's just the athlete thing. I just need to be the best. I need to, at least try my hardest. I remember watching Rocky when I was like 16 and I just like the underdog, or going back to when I was a younger kid and I got my head smashed in. I'm like, I never want to be in a situation where I'm a victim again, ever. I want to be confident when I walk in a room. I want to be confident when I walk into that conference. I want to be confident when I get on this podcast. I want to be a badass.
You want to be confident when you smash through that wall.
Right.
Confident when you jump out from that cabinet.
You have to.
You
have to. And that's where, I was climbing those glass ceilings at all those companies. So when I got to Home Depot and I was selling those kitchens, there was a guy, his name's Barry. Old guy, right? Old head. He's been doing in-home sales for 30 years. Nobody's ever beaten Barry. You're never going to beat him. I remember I was in training. They're going, this guy's the best. He makes so much money. I'm going, wow, I like money. I'd like to get some money.
Yeah. How do I make that?
How do I do that? And and this guy was an arrogant prick, and he was a dick, and I couldn't stand being around him. I couldn't stand him. But everyone's saying that you can't beat him. That motivated me. So I had to be good for a whole year because at the end of the year, they do the Christmas party and say, who's the best? Just for that, I did a whole year of grinding. 1.2 million for Home Depot in the Northeast. I beat Barry, he's never been beaten, 30 years, and I beat him. So I was like, okay, this is my niche. Like, this is what I'm really good at, is in-home sales, in-home design, and dealing with homeowners.
Move over, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You dick, I hope you're watching this.
Barry, are you watching? Where's Barry?
Look at me now, Barry.
Yeah, so no, kind of going back to like the athlete thing, and I think it's kind of interesting that both of us have this martial artist also background and running. I mean, I didn't wrestle, but we've done multiple of the same sports, which is just which is interesting because for everybody listening and watching, we didn't know each other until literally 4 days ago.
Yeah, and now we're best friends.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But going back to the martial arts thing, and my story is like it's real small, but I think it's just an impactful quote. So when I started karate, I think I was like 8 years old, right? And I'll never forget, I started at Martin's Karate in Wilkes-Barre, right? And on the wall, there was a sign, and I'll never forget it. And I think this just stuck with me, like forever. And on the sign, there was a quote, and it just said, winners never quit, quitters never win. That was it.
Wow. And that was it.
That was it for me. Like that quote.
And that stuck with you?
I could still picture that. I could still picture the exact sign.
I don't even remember being 8 years old, let alone a quote that I would read on the wall. That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's just that quote. And, and it's really, the more you think about it, it's like, it's not really even about winning or losing. Mm-hmm. It's just about not quitting.
That's all it is. Yeah.
And like as a kid, you probably look at it and because you're a young kid, you can't really comprehend it. Right. But it just, like I said, visually, it just stuck in my head. Mm-hmm. And, for the longest time, I always thought it was just about winning. Not that there's anything wrong with always winning and wanting to win and, all that, like absolutely 100%. But really deep down, when you think about it, it's really just about not quitting,
right? Which
is exactly what you said, riding your bike.
Yeah, I didn't quit.
That's it.
I think when you put your head down for so long and you just put it down and you grind and you work, you do that for so long, it just becomes a part of you.
It's a habit. And
it becomes part of you. Not just being the best, but just doing your best. And I think that's how we got here today. And we just won Small Business Owner of the Year award, me and Jerome.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Which is great. I wasn't going around like, I'm going to be the best small business.
Yeah. But look what happened.
Yeah, but we cultivate as many people as we can. We try to spread that mindset, teaching our sales reps and our installers. And we talk about it all the time, like Perfect Storm is, it's a family. Everyone that works there, they love it. We have a lot. You wouldn't believe it, but, we've only been around for 3 years. All the guys that are there have been there for like 2-3 years. A lot of the guys. And the new people that come along, they love it. They love working there. And we love having them. Me and Jerome, we don't mind putting on the work boots in the morning with the guys if we have to and getting in the trenches and working with them to get something done if we have to give that customer a good experience. But at the same time, we lead by example, and yeah.
Do you still have that bike? What'd you do with that bike? Please don't tell me you threw it out. Where's that bike at?
That's a good question. I moved around so much in those times. I probably sold it for $5 or something.
Yeah, you bought it for 10, right? Sold it for 5.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wish you would have kept that bike.
I know. I probably should have, hindsight. But once I got my car back,
You have a picture of it somewhere? You got a picture of that bike?
Boy, I can go through some pictures with you.
I want to see a picture of that bike.
Crazy times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send me a picture of that later if you find one.
I remember finding the bike at the yard sale and knowing that my car was gone. I was like, I don't have a choice. Like,
okay, so take me back through this. So what happened with the car? Like you had car trouble?
No. It got, so what happened was I didn't have the money to pay for, this was after college. So, I was bouncing around. I didn't have the money to pay for my registration or my insurance. What happened was I got pulled over by a Pittston cop and I was just driving to work. That's all I was doing. And he said, your registration. I'm like, I know, I'm going to work. I lost my job. All right. I just started this new job. All I'm doing, this is a Guitar Center. All I'm doing is trying to get back on my feet here. I said, if you take this car right now and you impound it, you are going to absolutely screw me over and ruin my life. He didn't care. It was a young kid too. I'll never forget it.
Took your car.
Yeah. And
so that's what happened.
You know who picked me up that morning? Jerome.
Wow.
I called Jerome and Jerome was there. And I remember telling him, like, dude, I'm so fucked. And he brought me to work that morning. And then it was probably the next day or two I found that bike at a yard sale.
Where was the yard sale?
I was in Scranton. Yeah, it was wild.
Nuts. I got to see this bike.
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy about it? You know when you're riding a bike and the gears slip when it... Dude, it was the worst, man.
Oh.
I had my backpack with clothes in it. And
so it's seen better days. That bike has definitely seen better days, huh?
But I think from all that, that's what gives you that mentality. You do it for so long, that's how you get successful in life, I guess. You just don't give up, right?
That's it.
Just don't give up.
Yeah, you just got to go a little further than the next guy.
Yeah.
And it's really just the last man standing.
Exactly.
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize.
My dad, I'll never forget this. This is when things were so tough a few years ago. He said, you can't give up on life because if you lay down, life is going to roll over you. You can't stop. And at the time, I'm just a young kid. I just got out of the military. I'm in college. And I didn't give a shit when he said that. I was like, well, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll get it. Figure it out. I'm taking a break right now. Because I just got out of the military. 4 years active duty. I was tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said, life will roll over you. So, now that I'm in my 30s, it really resonates with me, and I just keep pushing forward.
Very cool. I love it. I love your mindset, your mentality.
Yeah. I brought that to music as well. I was in a band a couple years ago with Frank Marcinkowski from Mellifluous.
Yeah. Shout out to Frank.
Yeah, Frank. Great musician, great guy. We were in a band for a little while. So I'm a songwriter. I write songs. I used to write songs. when I don't have time to do it anymore. But we were in a band together, and I brought that same mentality to the band. I said, we're gonna fucking do this. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna market this. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna get us shows. So when we had our first practice, I already wrote all the songs. Like, I got the songs. You just have to learn them, right? All original songs. So we had our first practice. On that day, I had a photographer show up to the first practice. I said, get the band shots. That same day after the first practice, I already booked our first show in Trenton. So it was crazy. So I brought that same mentality. I'm not sure, if they were ready for it or not. Yeah. I was like, jump on, guys, I'm going.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we played some sick shows, man. We played a lot of good music. We were obviously, in the music studio. We had a couple of songs recorded. It was a blast, man.
Where'd you learn to write?
Oh, while I was in the military. Yeah, I watched, so there's, Metallica, obviously. Everybody knows Metallica. I discovered it when I was 21. And I saw a YouTube video, Fade to Black. They were playing Fade to Black in 1985 at Hammerfest. I don't know how I stumbled on that video. I mean, this was still in the early days of YouTube, essentially. But I saw that video, and I said, wow, I'm going to learn guitar now. 21 years old. So that day, I went and I bought a guitar.
So you had no music.
Well, everybody plays trumpet in, middle school.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But that doesn't count.
The clarinet. I think I only played the clarinet.
You played clarinet?
Yeah, I think everybody did, right?
Everybody played something stupid.
I played the Titanic song on it.
Really?
That was like really hard.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played the Titanic song.
Wow. I could probably do that on guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that day I picked up a guitar and I taught myself how to play guitar from start to finish. I learned everything I could. I started writing songs immediately. I had my first band in New Jersey. We played a few shows. It was nothing great. I had a bunch of original songs, nothing great, but it was fun. And it wasn't until, I was 27 when I met Frank and we started getting really crazy with it. It was super professional, really good, high quality music. It was on the radio a couple times. Yeah, it was awesome. But same thing. I brought the same mentality to music. You can't do that. You're going to get in trouble.
I'll show them.
Yeah,
right?
I'll show them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Frank's awesome. You ever watch him play live?
I don't think I've ever seen him play live.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'll have to check him out. I've heard the music,
Yeah.
seen it online, see them online.
Yeah, Mellifluous is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, so Aaron Brook from Breaking Benjamin, he actually gave me guitar lessons when I was probably 24, 25.
Oh, wow.
When I was hitting those hard times. Yeah, so we jammed out a few times, and yeah, he went on to be with Breaking Benjamin, and I went on to doing what I'm doing now.
Perfect Storm.
Yeah, Perfect Storm.
You guys totally crushed it first year. Second year, you're heading into this thing. What's the outlook?
Yeah, so first year, like I said, $1 million, crazy, right? Second year, $2 million. Third year, we're doing the same thing, but at the same time, as we're growing, we wanted to buy, we needed a showroom, we needed some retail space. So we bought the new building, completely renovated. We had excavators in there, chopping up concrete, had to re-pour all the concrete, all that stuff.
You didn't jump through the concrete?
No.
You're not there yet, right?
No, dude, it was a nightmare in there, I'm telling you. So we got the showroom all up and running and everything like that. But before we got to that point, we had to become national retailers of all of our products. We can't, we can't have middlemen buying. We can't be buying products off of middlemen. We need to be able to sell it nationally ourselves. So second year, we're reaching out to our cabinet suppliers, Forevermark cabinets that we use, great cabinets. And we were bothering them every day. Me and Jerome were on the phone. We'd calling them, emailing, totally ignoring us too. They think we're just, Perfect Storm Renovations. They think, oh, this is Jimmy Jackhammer.
Two little guys, yeah.
Like we're not big. Nobody knew us yet. Up until that point, everybody was laughing us out the door. I'm talking banks. I'm talking our suppliers. I'm talking just anybody would just be like, these guys are a joke.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
right?
They're nothing. So they didn't really respect us enough to give us a time of day. We just kept digging at them, right? So we finally got the cabinets, and then we got another cabinet line, and then we got our hardware.
You brought a cabinet with you.
Yeah, yep. So that's our one of our Forevermark doors that we worked so hard to get. Yeah. It's a eucalyptus door. So not a lot of companies actually offer that for cabinets. They get junk from Home Depot. Particle board.
Kind of like my junk bathroom.
No, dude, you did a good job.
Did I?
Yeah, it looks good.
Thanks, man. It's not finished.
Jerome wouldn't like it too much.
It's not even finished. Well, we don't show it to him.
Right. I like it.
Yeah, thanks.
So anyway, yeah, we got the cabinets, we got the hardware, the fixtures, faucets, shower systems. We are a national supplier of it all now. So now going into the future, we have a 5,000 square foot showroom.
Yeah, what does that mean, national supplier? What does that mean? What can you...
Dude, we get orders from LA.
Wow.
People from Los Angeles are sending, hey, can we get your cabinets? Sending in cabinet orders.
Okay, so you're not just doing installs and stuff in people's houses now. So that's just one part of the business. Now you have this whole other part of your business where you have this operation where anyone can buy from you.
Yeah, doesn't that make it more? There's more value to it now because now when you have all these smaller guys going into people's houses and trying to sell something, well, why wouldn't you go with Perfect Storm? We are the national supplier. We have the relationships with the companies to put these products in your house.
And does that mean that you also get, like you said, you said about cutting out the middleman? Does this also now help you pricing wise to be able to be more competitive?
Yeah, so then we can give lower prices to the homeowner. We've always given low prices to the homeowner. We do our best.
You started out for free.
We did. We were basically giving away remodels just for reviews and pictures. Now, look, there's a lot of value to it. We're a huge operation now. So, comparatively, yeah, maybe sometimes we're a little bit more expensive, but at the end of the day, you're getting way more value and a better experience from start to finish.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So you guys got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah. So 5,000 square feet. That's a big place. Where is it?
Down in Pittston Township. If anybody's local, the Pittston bypass right behind the car wash. It used to be a flower shop. Totally redone. We had a huge grand opening. It was crazy, dude. We had Froggy 101 was down there. We had Frank's band playing down there. We had the Wyoming Valley Chamber of Commerce. We had the Pittston Chamber of Commerce. We had the Purple Man out. And if anybody hasn't seen that yet, check out our videos online. Purple Man's crazy, scary, purple suit,
I got to see Purple Man.
He was down. We'll check it out after this. It's hilarious.
Yeah, definitely.
He was out there with that purple sign out on the bypass getting people in. So on the day of the grand opening of the showroom, we just bought the thing. It wasn't even a year yet, right? Hundreds of people in the showroom looking at kitchen and bath stuff. Hundreds. It was packed, shoulder to shoulder. At one point, I'm just laughing. I'm going, what are y'all doing here? It's a kitchen and bath. You know what I mean? This isn't a
People
circus.
love it. People love it.
Yeah. It was wild. We gave away a free granite countertop. But like I said, we had Froggy 101 down there, and they had the big boom box thing that they put up. So we were just getting as many people down there as we could. Yeah, it's going great. So future, we're going to keep working from the showroom here and doing a lot of showroom sales. We want to sell to contractors and builders, sell our cabinets to the contractors and builders out there, which we already have a lot of relationships with already. Obviously being a national retailer, we want to keep doing that. But at the end of the day, we stick to our roots and we love doing the in-home sales and the in-home design. And now, we're a National Kitchen and Bath Association member, first of all. So we stick to their standards. We have professional designers going into these people's houses. Not Jimmy Jackhammer like we talked about. He's not going in there. We have professional designers going in. The purple shirts go in. You're getting a good experience. They're going to actually design your kitchen, design your bathroom. They're bringing in all of our products. So you're getting a great experience just from that alone. And we always give free quotes. It's always been that way. And look, if you don't want to go with us, if you don't want to pay the big price tag for the great guys, we can sell you our design. We'll give you our design to give to your guy. Oh, you have a builder, you have a contractor you wanted? Take our design. We'll print it out for you, give you a 3D rendering. That's yours. Take it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Or if you just want to buy our products, we could do that too.
Yeah.
Either way, we're giving you something.
You're getting something.
I got to give you something.
You're getting something whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
Jeez. So, all right. So what has been your experience like in the first couple of years of owning this business, owning your business as an entrepreneur, learning all this stuff? Like what's been the experience like for you?
The experience has been a tornado, but Jerome and I, we've learned from the start to always invest back. You make something, invest it back in, because then that's how you get that growth. So we've always invested back to give a better customer experience. So whether it be the trucks or the building or the showroom, the advertising, the marketing, the crazy stuff that we do, always invest we invest our money, we invest our time into the company. That's what we do. And it wouldn't work if it was just me, and it would not work if it was just Jerome. The two of us working together is how we get this dynamic, and that's why we're so successful.
True perfect storm.
It's a perfect storm.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So your part of your role is like the sales and the marketing. And now what are you doing now? Like you're training some salespeople. I know this is something you're probably super passionate. I can tell by the look on your face. You're like real passionate about that, right? I
am. Salespeople, like they see it, they get kind of annoyed because I get really into it and I'm pounding on the wall. I'm like, pay attention to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when we first started, it was, I did sales, Jerome did install, because it was just the two of us. We didn't see where it was going. So now we have a huge sales team, design team. And we have a whole bunch of installers. So obviously, so we train our sales team and our designers to do what is in the best interest for the homeowner. Because sometimes homeowners have ideas in their brain that aren't good. They'll want to do something like taking out a wall that's structural that you shouldn't take that down.
They just don't know.
They don't know. So that's where our professional designers go in and give you that insight on what you should be doing. And they help design too, and they help the choice. They know the trends. Like I said, we're a member of the NKBA. So, you're not getting just, oh yeah, I'll put in your white cabinets, 20,000.
That was good. I like that.
That's what they do, man.
Yeah,
if you've ever seen them, like, I'll get back to you with a quote. They never get back.
Is that the smoker's voice? Yeah. There it is.
They're out there with their muddy boots on, and they're walking their muddy boots in your house.
Yeah, it's still blowing that little bit of smoke in the house. Even when you come in, like when they come in, they're like, and they come in, like there's still like some coming out of their mouth.
Where's the kitchen? Let me get in there. It's crazy, man. And we always do the one eye, you close it.
Yeah.
And,
So you guys, so you guys are really trying to also change the way that people look at contractors and people that come and install this stuff. You guys are really trying to change the industry.
Yeah. I hate that word contractor. That's the thing.
Okay.
So the rest of the world.
What are you trying to say?
Kitchen and bath. K&B. Kitchen and bath. Perfect Storm Renovations, kitchen and bath. We are not a contractor. I mean, we've painted that image for you guys today. Like, that's the bad guy. You don't want that guy doing your remodel. There's nothing wrong with guys working on the side.
But you're just trying to change the image of the industry.
Right. If you want a good experience, you want a professional company doing the work. So that's why we're changing. I mean, the rest of the world, the whole world is very professional in kitchen and bath. I mean, there's standards. It's just a very professional kind of culture. Here in Northeast PA, it's always just been my contractor, my guy over there. The guy that, if you don't want the guy who's doing your roof, doing your kitchen. It doesn't make sense. You want cabinetry experts, floor plan and spec experts on kitchens, right? Same thing with bathroom. Because when you get those guys that they do roofs and they'll put your bathroom in, you're going to get leaks and you're going to have some issues.
Yikes. You don't want that.
We see them all the time. We fix them. We always say pay right or pay twice. Because we're gonna charge you too. The guy messed it up. You paid him. Now we're gonna come in and we're gonna fix it and we're gonna
start over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are some other do's and don'ts for the newbies out there?
For the newbies,
besides come to you, I mean, that's the obvious answer. But like,
are you talking about like customers that?
Yeah, like anyone, like someone like a customer walks in and they're totally new, never did a renovation, never had a renovation, maybe just bought their house and are looking to update things. Like, where does somebody start?
We make it so easy. It's so easy. All you have to do is call us. And we'll go in for free. The designer's going for free. I mean, this is a high-end design that you're going to get. Up to 4 hours. Sometimes they go like 5 or 6 hours on initial consult. They'll sit down with you and walk you through the steps. You're not just going to get thrown to the wolves here. Well, I got to get my quotes from these guys. I mean, we're going to come in. We're going to guide you along the way. We're going to tell you what not to do. And, sometimes it's don't go with that other guy because it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say? Jimmy Jackhammer.
Jimmy Jackhammer, man.
Yeah.
We talked about doing a commercial with that guy because me and Jerome always talking about. We got a bald cap for Jerome, so we're gonna put a bald cap and put like fake tattoos on his neck and stuff, and dirty boots. And we're gonna do a commercial where he walks in and he does the Jimmy. And there was gonna be a scene right where Jerome's laying on the couch with a bald cap on, and he's laying on the couch and he's got beer cans all crushed up on the coffee table, and he'll be sleeping right. And the phone's ringing and it says customer, and it's ringing and he's just sleeping on the couch with the, because they don't answer the phone, they don't get back to you,
right? Yeah,
kind of thing. So we were going to do the whole spiel with it. We might still do it, but
yeah, I think you should
if we have the time. Yeah. We'll get to it. We love doing that creative, fun stuff because, like I said, we started with the haunted house thing. That's all creativity,
Yeah. So you guys do. I mean, you guys have a lot of a lot of thought and process, going into your marketing, into all the content you guys produce. I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we have to stay on top of it. It's easy to get distracted from it because we always want to stay on, getting the installs done. It's huge. I mean, you're doing major remodels and you're trying to get them done really quick. There's a lot of, structure and stuff that you want to have for the homeowner, and it takes a lot of energy out of us to stay on top of it. And the same thing with the design team, having those meetings and constantly stay on top of it. Like, I know right now my phone is going off the hook and I'm, we're sitting here right now, but
right?
Yeah, I got to get back to it because my designers are in houses right now. They'll be in your house at 10 o'clock at night if you want them to.
Wow.
They'll tuck your kids in,
the whole bit.
They'll eat dinner with you.
Wow.
Oh,
this is like full service here.
Yeah, Jerome used to make fun of me.
Yeah, why?
Because I love in-home sales. I love being part of that family and being part of the whole experience. If they're making a cup of coffee, can I get a cup of Joe too? And the one time there was a homeowner who they were having pizza, they were having dinner, and like, oh, do you want to sit down and have a slice? And I'm like, yeah, I'll have one. I'll take one for the road. Like, and Jerome's like, what the hell are you doing, man? But it's what I do. I love doing in-home sales, and because the thing is, you always get to meet new people. You're always in a different room. Because think about a 9 to 5. You're behind the same desk all day long, every day. I have the ability. My designers, the people who work for me, have the ability to be in a different house every single day. I mean, well, sometimes the installers will be there for a week, but then you're on to the next house. You're never stuck at the same place. You're not in the same factory. You're not driving the same truck every day. You're in a different house with a different homeowner every day. It's a great experience.
Yeah, you guys are constantly going, constantly building.
Yeah.
Literally.
I'm telling you, I'm smoked, dude. I'm so tired.
You need to take a nap.
Yeah, that's what that's what we got to do. Jerome has videos of me. Like we'd be installing, like in the beginning, the when we first started, and I'd fall asleep on like a box of tile or something because we were just smoked from working so hard. But we keep working hard.
Yeah.
We got it.
Did you ever think, like, when you guys first started, that you'd be where you're at today?
Here's the thing. I knew it. I fucking knew it, dude. I had this envisioned. I knew it was going to happen. And you know, every day I was like selling it to Jerome. I'm like, dude, this is where it's going to go. He'd be like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I'm telling you, we're going to do this. Watch. Next year, watch this, watch this. And it seems unreal. But now what's crazy is we have these conversations and it's like, hey, next year, wait till you see this. And Jerome's like, hell yeah, like we're going to do it again. It's just, it's our mentality. We just love it. You know, it's the grind, but what else are you going to do? Right?
Right. Yeah. So all right. So what are you doing next year? You got any big secrets you want to reveal? Or
I might take a vacation.
Yeah.
You know, spend time.
Take a nap on the beach.
Yeah, I got to spend more time with my daughter. I love her. You know, she's my motivation. That's why I work so hard because, you know, for my daughter. We started this. My daughter. I still had to provide. That's why I was so driven, and I'm still going to keep doing it for her because I want her to look back and be proud of Dad and, you know, what I could do for her.
How old is she?
She's 5.
What's her name?
Emma.
I'm
wearing socks right now with her face on it.
Yeah. Oh my God! Do you think we can bring your foot up here,
dude? I don't do jujitsu anymore, so
all right.
I don't know.
Look at
Can we get it in there?
I think so. Might need to go. Oh. I think so. Maybe we might have cut a little bit. If not, we'll
pause it. That's my daughter on my socks.
I love that.
I love her so much. So if I can't have her with me, I wear her on my socks.
Put her on the socks, man.
Yeah,
it's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, she's my motivation. That's why I work so hard. And, you know, obviously one day in the future, she'll be hopefully proud of me. She makes fun of the commercials. She loves them.
Yeah?
Yeah, she does that from this to this. She does all that stuff. She used to say, call us today for your free poke. It's free quote, but she heard poke. So your free poke, she loves it.
Oh, that's too funny. Crazy. Well, this has been fun, man. I appreciate you coming in. I mean, this was, from what I understand, your first podcast.
Yeah, always on live TV, but never a podcast. I was nervous.
Were you?
Yeah, you made it very easy. I appreciate it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Was it easy?
Oh, yeah.
I know sometimes it could be a little intimidating with a light here. It's like
I feel like I'm getting interrogated.
Yeah,
all these cameras.
Right? Look at them. Like, where do you look? What do you do?
There's no teleprompter here.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just we just go.
Yeah, you cracked me right open, Bill. You got it all out.
Well, you crushed it, man.
Appreciate it.
As expected. Not that I didn't expect anything less from you.
Yeah.
You know. So all right, man. So how can our listeners connect with you guys online?
Guys, go on Perfect Storm Renovations, LLC.com. All right. Right there. I mean, you can see the Meet Our Team. You can schedule a free estimate. You can see all the videos. They're hilarious.
They are hilarious.
You can't miss the videos. They're really awesome. So make sure you check them out. Perfect Storm Renovations, LLC.com, Facebook.com/Perfect Storm Renovations, or just give us a call, 570-899-8710, and we'll schedule you a free estimate.
And come check out the showroom.
Come to the showroom because I don't want to get too tired.
That's right. Yeah, I don't want you falling asleep here.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm tired of people not coming down. I should have did something funny like that today.
Well, you made it. You made it through the episode.
Yeah.
You didn't fall asleep.
No.
So we're good, man. This was awesome, dude. I'm glad we connected through LinkedIn was the way we connected.
Yeah. Love LinkedIn.
Yeah, man. Make some good connections.
Yeah. Next time you get a new studio, make sure you call me and we'll help you remodel it.
Boy, I wish I would. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
you never know, man.
Yeah. Maybe next year.
Yeah. 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
All right. I'll work on that goal.
Give me a call. I'll help you out.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Paul Williams on the Stacks podcast in the Blue Door Studio. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks.
If you want to see more On the Stacks content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/onthestackspodcast or search the hashtag #OnTheStacks on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. We'll catch you next time on The Stacks.